Paltrocast.
An honor and a pleasure to be speaking with you. Thank you for taking the time out on the road. How's your day going aside from, having to rush to do interviews?
Oh, it's good. I just ate some food. I popped into a coffee shop, got some coffee. I'm in Des Moines, Iowa.
Wow. Did they honor your catering or did they give you a buyout?
We don't have anything yet. So I just got a coffee from the cute place down the street.
There you go. So many things I want to ask you about, and that is not hyperbole. So let's first talk about your EP, Concernless. When did you actually finish it?
We finished it. Oh my God, we finished it like over the summer, probably in August. We finished the last song, which was Sex on Display. But we've been working on it the last year. We started in September of last year and then finished in August of this year, which is wild.
Did you have the KRO deal in place before you started making the EP?
No, we just me, Chris, and Liam just started making music, and the Crow deal came in like February, but we had already made like 2 or 3 songs, and they were just like, oh, let's just make more. So we were kind of like, okay, fuck it, we'll just make more. Am I allowed to curse on here?
You can, because you're special. How's that?
Okay.
So in terms of
I should have asked.
your EP, the Chris that you mentioned, Chris Greatti, has so many damn projects going on at the same time.
Oh yeah.
And most people don't really realize that. The way that I found out about Chris is as a David Lee Roth obsessive.
Yeah.
Chris is the secret guitarist for David Lee Roth for a while.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming that's how you wound up playing with Willow and Youngblood and some of those other Chris artists.
Yeah, that's I did like the synth on the Willow track. Like Chris and I were just hanging out late and showed me the unfinished song, and I was like, oh, I think it'd be sick to add this synth. And he's like, oh, let's just do it, fuck it. And sorry.
Oh.
And then yeah, the Youngblood, playing with Youngblood on Kimmel last year, that was another just link up. I was like, oh, I play bass, and it all worked out. But
Yeah, a lot of the people that Chris works with, yes, they're in the band on the talk show or the high profile tour, but they're also producers and songwriters in their own right. Yourself, Chris, Ryan Wheeler, etc. Is it an accident that you're all just these multifaceted people as opposed to just bass player?
I mean, I think we all just kind of found each other, and like I had known of Chris for a while. I had seen his old band play. We kind of knew of each other for a while, and then
is that sorry to interrupt you, is that the Blame Candy band?
Blame Candy, yeah. I called them the Candy Band. I remember seeing them randomly, and I was like, what's this Candy Band? I love it. But so I knew of him for a while, and kind of his work, I was like, oh, he's a sick producer. And we met officially like a few years ago, but we were kind of Instagram friends, and then just naturally we were like, oh, we like the same stuff, we have the same influences, we kind of approach music and production the same way, and started sharing music. We're like, oh, this is sick, why don't we make a song? But same thing with Liam, ATL Grandma. We just showed each other some demos, and we were like, oh, this is so sick, we like all the same shit, and we should just make something. And that's how Brittle came about, and then from there all the rest of the songs started coming.
And arguably the same thing with Justin Raisin from your record label.
Yeah. I haven't worked with him yet, but he's worked on, I mean, his catalog is insane. Like so many things I love, he's worked on.
Right. So what I was getting at before is it used to be you're just a bass player. You do sessions, and therefore you play on X number of records, and you're Bryan Adams's bass player or Rod Stewart's bass player. And now there's the people like yourself where sometimes hired gun, sometimes they're writing and or producing. You never know where they're going to pop up. So clearly you're good at keeping secrets for not spoiling all these projects like Willow before they come out.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, you have to. You can't let the cat out of the bag, figuratively, cat out of the bag. Yeah, no, it's like, it's kind of exciting to know of all of the things happening, like with so many friends that are producers, and then you can kind of hear things and give feedback. And it's my favorite thing of music in general is like making it and hearing what people are working on and then collaborating. It's so exciting to me.
Right. Most in the olden days, the
Mhm.
90s and the 2000s, when an artist put out an EP, usually that was because there was a full-length album coming 6 to 12 months after that. Nowadays, you don't know if it's just they're an EP artist or this is what you're going to get. In your case,
Yeah,
is it the EP because there's an album? Okay.
maybe.
I can get the embargo.
I have like an ungodly number of demos that I mean, I'm gonna keep making music. Like the plan, the moment I'm home from the tour is like, okay, back in the studio and let's go make more and hit up more people that I want to work with. So that's like, yeah, that's in the works for sure. Yeah, the goal is 100% to make an album that's like dream come true stuff.
Mhm.
So that's definitely the next phase for sure.
Do you take a recording rig or setup with you on the road?
I bring like my little interface and I have like yeah, just like my little interface, my headphones. I have the most bare bones setup. I'm currently working on my like the backing tracks for my live set. I'm playing in Portugal in a couple weeks. So I've been working on in like downtime in like the midnight to 3 a.m. hours working on the production for the live show. So I
Yeah.
definitely have my little mini setup with me everywhere.
So when you find that artists on the road, there's kind of two schools of thought. One is the person who sleeps every free moment that they can,
Mhm.
and then the other people just never sleep because they're going, I got to try that coffee place. I got to work on this demo. I got to do my side hustle.
That's
So, but
me.
pardon me, not a lot of sleep for you.
Not a lot of sleep. I got an hour in we're in like a RV and I got an hour in earlier, but it's definitely I'm the not sleep person.
But the tour, other than the lack of sleep, is going well, it sounds like.
Yeah, oh, it's amazing. I'm out with Royal and the Serpent and she's fucking amazing. I love her. She's an absolute angel and I love playing with her and it's been so much fun and we're yeah, loving it.
When does the tour wrap? When do you get home? Hopefully before Thanksgiving.
I get home. We're playing in LA on the 18th, and the next day I fly to Portugal and I play the 20th and 21st in Portugal in Lisbon with model actress. And then the next day I'm flying to Leeds to play with Lucia and the Best Boys, this amazing Scottish band that I'm friends with. So
Same
we have
instrument in both of those bands that you play?
I'm sorry.
Do you play the same instrument or do you have to take bass for this thing and then your keyboards for this thing?
Well, I'm actually just going to be I'm working on the set right now, so I'm wondering if I'm going to have my bass or if it's going to be a synth thing or if I'm going to CDJ this thing. Like, well, I'm kind of in the works with it, so it will we shall see. It's kind of I don't even know yet. So,
That's a very interesting thing to me, at least, in this small wormhole of people who care about how the sausage is made, how the musical sausage is
mhm.
made. Now, when one of my favorite bands is New Order, and when I posted some video of a concert that I saw of New Order, immediately YouTube flagged it because it said you posted this music from their album, which means they're literally playing to their albums. In your case, you said I'm working on the backing tracks, so it is different music from your recordings to the live show.
Kind of. It's like it's all of like it's some of the stems that I can't play live because I perform solo right now.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I'm just kind of picking the stems where I'm like, obviously the drums have to be in there. Um, and then I'm just kind of working on like exaggerating some of the existing sounds to make it more of a unique live show and differentiate it from the EP listening experience. So, and just kind of getting some yeah, like effects on my voice and having fun with it. So that's kind of it's my favorite part of music is the production end, like making it and getting to experiment with sounds and effects. So
Hmm.
this is like the exciting and I love performing too, don't get me wrong. That's like it's like a very close tie, but If
That's not very common. Usually the studio rat hates the live performance aspect of it,
Oh,
but
I
they
love
have
them
to do it to
both.
sell the music.
I love them both. I think I mean, there's obviously shitty things about everything, but like the no sleep isn't great, but like I love performing on stage. I love doing that, and I love being in the studio. I feel so lucky that I get like a balance currently in life where I'm like, oh, this is sick. I get to do all the parts of music that I love. So
Yeah, for the no sleep part, do you at least have an energy drink endorsement in the works?
I wish. I want that Celsius endorsement or the yerba mate, the yerba mate endorsement, anything.
For free advice, put a lyric about Celsius in one of the songs. Then you tag them in social media, and then forever you get the Celsius sponsored tour and the free
I
drinks.
want to write them like a jingle, like a O'Reilly's Auto Parts esque jingle.
That's better than
So
one eight
far
hundred.
off from the music I make, just do a country jingle for
Some
so.
of those are great, like car 1-800 car for kids. Do you get that on the West Coast?
I know which one you're talking about. I haven't heard it on the West Coast. I heard a really good one in a gas station. I don't know where we were, somewhere like near Milwaukee, and I heard a really good one. Like it was like a full country hit. It was like, this is so sick. So
But O'Reilly's. You're right. That is a gem right there.
everyone knows O'Reilly.
So I got two questions before I let you go. And the first one is, when you're not busy with music, and it sounds like you're always busy with music, where does your time go?
I I love nature and I love spooky shit. Like I love walking around cemeteries. I live next to a cemetery. I live literally next door, like not
We're
exaggerating.
we're not doxing you to say which cemetery. You just said a cemetery. There's many.
Any cemetery. I just think I they're peaceful to me, and I live right next door to one, so I'm used to strolling around cemeteries often. But I mean, I love seeing my friends. I love doing spooky walks. I love reading. I all kinds of things. Masturbating. I don't
You're
know.
not one of the golf singer-songwriters.
I'm sorry.
There's no golf in your regimen, because a lot of singer-songwriters are secretly golf people.
I mean, golf is cool. I'm like a mini golf person because I like the kitschiness of like the golf courses.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
I think those are so funny, and like they're like little mini castles and mini homes, and I feel like a giant like walking through playing golf. But if I'm playing real golf, I'm just like causing mayhem in a cart. Like I can't be trusted on a real golf course.
Do you ever do Kiss mini golf?
Kiss mini golf? Oh, like in Vegas?
Yeah.
It's on the list. I want to. I literally the last time I was in Vegas, I was like, who wants to do Kiss mini golf? And I couldn't convince anyone. So next time it will be just me.
You should. There's usually coupons on Living Social or Groupon for that one. And
Uh-huh.
my recommendation, if you do that, is figure out the worst Kiss song. I can tell you what that is.
Make a cover of it, do a jingle.
Oh, well, that too. I mean, there's your side hustle. But the DJ/manager of the golf course has to play it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they have to
like
play it.
this.
It's the rule. Whatever the customer wants to hear by Kiss, they play it for you. So just
Let's
figure out your
get the
playlist
worst
of the
one.
worst Kiss songs, and you will have a blast.
I'm so down. I'm so excited.
Free advice: the Gene Simmons cover of "When You Wish Upon a Star." There you go. My last question before
I love that song.
You won't love it once you hear this. What's the last concert that you went to for fun? Not just because you were going to hop on stage or your friend goes, you have to be here, but you as a fan, what's the last thing you went to?
Oof. Oh boy. I saw Blackpink at Coachella, but I was already there. And oh my God, I loved it. I loved Blackpink at Coachella. It was like I was so firm on going. I was like, we are going, we are gonna like wait. We were watching the whole set, but I loved it. Rosalia's set. I think, yeah, like the free days I had at Coachella were the last times.
Got it.
And yeah.
So your
It's
influences are
crazy.
all over the place and in a very good way. If you
Oh,
like
yeah.
Rosalia, Blackpink, you're playing with Youngblood and Willow, etc.
I love it all. I like to cast a far net with influences, or what do they call it? A wide net.
Totally. Well,
Mhm.
thank you for your time. Congrats on the CP. Looking forward to
Thank
the
you
next
so
recording,
much.
and hope to see you live in New York in the near future.
Oh, I hope so. I hope next year it's gonna happen.
Paltrocast.